It's that time of year again where Hacktoberfest is right around the corner. So today I'm going to make sure that you are able to find Hacktoberfest repositories on GitHub and then help you find some issues in those repositories so we can get you started on your Hacktoberfest journey. Great. So we're going to start by pulling up GitHub. So just go to github.com. And in the top up here, you should have a search bar. Go ahead and click on that search bar. And then we're going to search for a couple different things. So the first one is we're going to type topic Hacktoberfest. If we do this and do a search, we're going to find anything that has the Hacktoberfest topic, which is great because if we look at Hacktoberfest's um, page here, we can see there's a lot of information about this and participation, but they want you to mark your repository as a Hacktoberfest repository to help cut down on spam and unwanted pull requests. So we're looking for Hacktoberfest topics. So actually, they have a really nice link on their site. I'm going to pull this over and we can explore both of these. So if you search topic Hacktoberfest, you can look at repositories that meet this topic. There's also the topic over here. My hunch is that that takes me to this page. So if you click on that, you'll end up here. You can see we have 125,000 plus public repositories that have this topic, which is great. You can contribute to any of these repositories. My caveat would be maybe try to contribute to something substantial. There's some things like awesome lists on here. And if you have things to contribute to these lists, that's great. You should do it. But in the spirit of Hacktoberfest, I think we're looking to more so push people towards something substantial and not just like a list of data, which again, that's fine. And if you have that type of stuff to add to those lists, you should contribute that. It'd be great to grow those lists. But I guess what I'm getting at is try to find something enjoyable and something that might be a little challenging and something that you're interested in. And I feel like for a lot of people, those probably aren't lists. So now that we're here, we can do a couple more things. So we can search by language. So let's say I want to find stuff in Go. So I'm going to click on language Go. You can also type it in up here. Again, there's another list. There's the Prometheus monitoring system. There's Caddy. Caddy is a HTTP server in Go. I'm interested in that. We'll open that in another tab and we'll come back to that in just a moment. You can do advanced filters here as well. So you can filter down by the owner, the size, the number of followers. So maybe you want to work on a big project. Maybe you want to work on a small project, and big and small in terms of public usage. Same with stars, forks. You can use that to kind of filter that. You can search by more topics. Maybe you only want to work on things with an MIT license. So you can search for that as well. And then, yeah, you can kind of filter down based off of that. So let's pick another one. We'll pick fiber as well. So now that we're here, we can go into, we're on fiber, but we can go into the issues and we can see that these are the things that are issues with this project. Some of these may or may not be actual issues. Some of them may need triaging, in which case the owner or maintainer of the repository will take a look at these issues and make sure that they are valid issues. Excuse me. But we could pick one, something like this one looks interesting. Allow users to disable caching of Core's pre-flight responses. Note that this has a couple labels. One is feature, so you know this is a feature and not like a bug. And then two, it says accepting PR. So in this case, every label is different. This might be a PR that's already ready. No, it doesn't look like it is. So in this case, this looks like they are accepting pull requests to fix this issue. So this would be a great one. The maintainers have agreed this is a problem, and they're looking for help. So that's an option. Let's take a look at Caddy as well. So Caddy is a different Go project. We can go to issues. And again, we can see features, bugs. Again, labels are different. They're not like a GitHub specific thing. So labels will vary from project to project. And we'll talk more about labels in just a moment. Actually, we'll talk about them now because they have the label I was just going to mention. So there's a label called Good First Issue. There's also a label that is commonly used called First Timers Only or Beginner Friendly. And those are for people who are new to contributing to those projects. These often aren't overly complicated issues and are great ways to kind of familiarize yourself with a piece of that project. Another one that we see here, they have the help wanted label. That's another great sign for something that would be a great one to contribute to. So let's take a look at the sync pull one since it's a good first issue. They explain here in 5461, introduce length reader to count the amount of bytes read from the request body. We're allocating a new length reader on each request, though. This is inefficient and it could be improved by using a sync pull. This is fairly straightforward. As long as you're comfortable with Go and you have an idea what a sync pull is, you probably can take this and run with it, which is great. So let's. Someone has beat me to the punch here, and they said they'd like to work on this issue. But let's just assume that they hadn't. I would say something like, "Hey, I'm new to this project, but am somewhat experienced with Go. I would love to work on this. Do you have any pointers for getting started?" This would be a fine thing to ask, or if they have any tips or anything to kind of get you going in the right direction, that's always helpful. Generally, maintainers will be very willing to help point you in the right direction. A lot of times, they're very happy, especially with people who are labeling their issues like this or are Hacktoberfest friendly. They're looking for people to contribute. They want more contributors and more people to be interested in the project. That being said, a lot of these projects have a contributing file, contributing.md. This one maybe does not. Yeah, it doesn't look like this one does. So let's see if they have a contributing section. Contributing. No, they don't. But there's information on contributing to docs, which, by the way, is a fantastic way to make meaningful and impactful contributions to Hacktoberfest. So many great projects exist, and so many of them have really terrible documentation. So improving that could be a great way to knock your Hacktoberfest marks off and actually do something substantial, which is really the goal. So let's go back. We're going to do another search. And this time I'm going to say, I just want to hit topic Hacktoberfest. So we got to this page. We did some extra filtering. This is kind of important. So one thing we can do from here, instead of the topic being Hacktoberfest, we can say we want to see issues. We'll have to remove this. It tells you that the topic qualifier is not valid when searching for issues. One second. So instead of Hacktoberfest, let's say tag. Tag. Checking. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's label. And like good first issue. Okay, so in this case, it looks like it just ignores the topic since it's not, it doesn't work for issue search, but we can go ahead and remove it as well. So now that we're here, we can actually find things that are good first issues. So maybe you don't know what you want to work on. You don't even know what language you want to work in, but you know you want something that's good for new contributors. So you can come to this page, search for issues, type in good first issue, and here are a list of issues that have been labeled good first issue. Again, these are projects that are all over the place. Some of them may be interesting, some may not. Some may be well maintained, some may not. Some may actually be good first issues, some may not. It could be either way. This one doesn't look that bad. Timestamps and RSS feed are wrong. Timestamps are reported in Swedish local time, but as if they were UTC. So basically, the timestamps are wrong. So this actually probably wouldn't be a very difficult one to fix and would be a great first issue. So again, if you were interested in that, you'd leave a comment down here expressing your interest, and then you fork the repository and get started. So if you have never forked a repository before, I guess that's a fair thing that we could talk about. There's a button up here. You'll click this and hit fork. It'll ask you where you want to create it. I'm going to go ahead and fork this one. I don't know if I'll fix this issue, but someone else feel free to. And you can choose to copy only the primary branch, or you can copy them all. I'm just going to copy the primary branch. Hit this. GitHub will create a fork. It takes a minute. And then you will have a copy of this repo. So since this is my copy, I can clone it using the GitHub CLI, SSH, HTTPS, whatever you want to use, make the changes locally, git commit, git push, and then I have my changes here. Once you have your changes, you can create a pull request back to the main repo, and that's how you do your contributions to Hacktoberfest. Great. I think that covers everything that I wanted to talk about. Just remember, if you are looking for issues, the best way to do that is to click the search at the top, and you can hit topic Hacktoberfest. Good place to start, and this will give you all those repositories. And then again, once you're in here, if you click on issues and you can do label, you can do whatever you want for a label, but I think good first issue is probably a great one to start with. One caveat, last year, I need to check if this is still the case, but last year you had to have your repository labeled with the Hacktoberfest topic for it to count. And the reason why is that people were spamming, sort of spamming, some maliciously, some maybe not, repositories with pull requests to try and quickly complete Hacktoberfest because there are rewards for completing Hacktoberfest. You can have them plant a tree. You can get a T-shirt. There's a lot of you get some stickers. The sponsors and DigitalOcean who put it on are really generous with the rewards. So a lot of people try to get those completed for the rewards. I'll be doing that too, but of course, trying to make actual substantial contributions. And again, I think that should be the goal. Great. So, cycling back, let's find one. So we have, I'm just going to pick this repo. It's a CloudFormation template. I don't know anything about it. It has good first issue. So I'm going to click on this issue, deploy the initial release of this repository. That maybe isn't a good first issue, but that's okay. The point that I wanted to make is that if we go here, there is no Hacktoberfest topic. So if you were looking to get credit for the Hacktoberfest contribution, I don't think you'd be able to from this repo because it's missing that topic. Conversely, let's grab something like, oh, this one probably. No topic. I know Rust, like the Rust programming language, is a Hacktoberfest option. So you can see here Hacktoberfest. So again, any of the issues in this project would count. So feel free to look at anything like this and create pull requests. Again, just to recount, use the search. It's your friend. Search for the Hacktoberfest topic. Also search for issues and use the label good first issue to get started. Beginner friendly is another one. And then when you're here, if you want your credit to count or your pull request to count as credit for Hacktoberfest, make sure that the Hacktoberfest label is on the repository. And I think that's about it. Best of luck with your Hacktoberfest journey this year. And if you found this video useful, please, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Any of it helps my presence with the algorithm. So I appreciate it so much. Thank you and happy coding.